Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Excited to be here as we're getting towards the home stretch, right? I love seeing all these cameras come back on. You know, the whole event is about becoming visible, right? I mean, we all understand now because I've just beat it into you that the only way to be successful is to be visible. But here's the thing. It's not just video, right? We've got to be visible online. And not everything has to be, a talkie, as they used to say, right? So how many of you, just by a show of hands, love to have your picture taken? Show of hands, you love to have your picture taken. Cool, 7 of you. That's great. All right, well then you're in the greatest place, because I have brought in an amazing guest speaker today, because I recognized as I was putting this event together that it really isn't all about video. You really do need to have pictures out there, right? And what does everybody do nowadays? Selfie. And how many times do you take a selfie and then just delete it? Am I the only one? Have you ever taken a selfie and said, nah, not today, kids. I don't need to make that post today, right? So I have brought in somebody that is going to change all of that and is going to teach you exactly how you can take your own pictures. All right, does that sound pretty good? All right, I want you to put your hands together, give a virtual applause, yell, scream, do something for, do I say Dr. Christine Brunelli? Can I just call you Christine? Okay, great. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I just want to make sure that everybody knows what a special person is hosting this event. Jimbo has been incredible. Jimbo, thank you for having me.
You're so welcome.
And I have been enjoying sunshine out here in Seattle. I'm in the greater Seattle area. I know a lot of you are all East Coasters or all over the world, and I have people working in my yard to a window over here. So if I look distracted, I just want to let you know what's going on. I have just purchased a 98-year-old home, and it has the original cast iron tub from 1926, and somebody's refinishing it today. And he's right above me where I am. So if you can hear sanding or saws, I hope you can't. But if you can, I just want you to know that's what's going on. And I don't see a chat. Let me see if I can find you. I want to make sure that I can see you guys in the chat while I'm talking, and just want to say hello. Thank you for having me. We're going to talk about your best foot forward in your pictures. Let me know though what your number one takeaway is so far. Not takeaway, the nugget that made this ticket worth it. I heard Jimbo, I've been here since this morning. I heard some of you share and go on camera earlier, and I loved this. I wrote it down. Ready is something you decide. Ready is something you decide. How good is that? What is your nugget? What is it that you want to share? What is the one thing that, and I can't see my slides. I don't know, I can't see the chat, so I'm not sure if that's something I'll be able, somebody out there in tech world can show me. For some reason, I only see a chat between the tech team and me. But there's got to be something that you came away with, because I'm in the camera sphere too. And a lot of things that he said, I was like, oh, that's so good. That's so good. Yes, yes, yes. So not just for me, but for Jimbo. What is the thing that made it worth it for you? Because there's so much good stuff. I would love to have you share that in chat.
And hey, Christine, you should be seeing that in the video feed coming back from us.
Gotcha.
Do you see it?
And, well, Thank you. I am, it's really small.
Okay.
So I'm trying to figure out how to make that bigger. Somebody help me in the tech world. How do I make that bigger? Oh, oh, oh. Found it. Yes.
All right.
Okay. I think. Yes, yes. Okay. Kind of, sorta. I have to change my view, and I apologize that I just want to see you guys. I don't want to see me. I just want to see your chats. Okay. What does your headshot say about you? That's what I want to talk about today. We're talking about video, and I'm all about video. He said something earlier today, Jimbo. You said a wobbly video is better than no video at all. I am living proof. I haven't been on camera forever. I was out in real world, private practice in chiropractic for 30 years. I loved his story. Third grade teacher to middle school teacher to acting coach, that whole, a lot of us can see ourselves in that journey, I'll bet. I went through the same thing. Chiropractor, I opened a beauty salon, and from the beauty salon, I ended up on social media. So beauty salon shut down during the pandemic. What am I gonna do? And I ended up going online, went live, and from one shaky, wobbly, voice tremoring, terrible live video, my very first one, someone hired me, private client, $2,000 from one video. Live is a different beast than pre-recorded. You don't get to edit it, right? So right now, I'm not able to edit anything I say. And the more you do your pre-recorded videos, the better you'll get on live. I love everything he's teaching you, but that made me a fan of being on camera. And what I ended up doing was seeing, I was so bored in healthcare when I opened this beauty salon that got women camera ready. And when I say camera ready, I want you to think editorial quality camera ready, weddings, special events, people, international women that would fly in to go to 2 miles from Boeing, and they would want to get ready for a presentation, or they wanted to be ready for an interview. Bill Gates is here in the Seattle area. The Gates Foundation has a gala every year. Big deal. People fly in from all over the world. We got people camera ready for their book jacket headshots. And I realized after when I got online and I started working in the pandemic, like a lot of people did, I have this experience on getting people relaxed on camera and looking good in pictures, because I was behind the scenes in the beauty salon. I was the one doing the social media. So here I am. We have these women, gorgeous, and we only did stuff from here up. So hair, think hair, makeup, styling, lashes, waxing, tinting, microblading, all the things. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just think all things beauty, kind of on the Kardashian side. And I was doing the social media, getting these girls gorgeous, and then their photographers would come in for their weddings, or we had it set up where I worked side by side. They would come in and do the shoot in my salon. And here they are, picture the big, big camera, and beautiful, could be on the front of Vogue, and they say, okay, we're gonna put you here, and they'd say, cheese, cheese. Like, don't say cheese, I'm gonna tell you why in a few minutes, but they felt so awkward. Can anybody relate to that? Can you relate to, I feel pretty good, but then that camera goes up in front of me and I just freeze. How do I hold my body? How do I look good? How do I hide all the things that I don't like about my face? Drop in chat how you feel about your current headshot with an emoji. How do you feel about your headshot? Describe it in chat with an emoji. What would you call, how would you describe it? I would love to see. Does it nail it? Does it describe you? Do you feel good? I'm looking. Somebody loves it. I love that. Now let me know how many of you are using an old headshot 5 years or older. Just raise your hand in the gallery. 5 years or older headshot. Okay, now show of hands. How many of you used a photographer for your most current headshot? Photographer, professional photo shoot. Okay. Yep. And some of us haven't yet, and that's okay. Today, I'm going to show you how to make your headshot your best brand ambassador without losing your authenticity. And I'm going to show you how to do it DIY. So if you're not ready to hire a photographer yet, totally good. I'm going to break it down for you. But one of the things I want you to remember is what the number one mistake is about headshots. I don't ever want you to forget this. What do you think the number one mistake is when it comes to headshots? Drop it in chat. Number one mistake. Looking. Not having one. Not having one. Yes. I can't tell you how many people I've worked with that come to me and they are either pharmacists or they're therapists. That's a big one. And you go on Psychology Today, or you go on your insurance, health insurance directory, or you go online and you're looking for a new dentist and you see a list and it's that gray box that's empty. Who's not getting a call first? Whose bio is not being read? If your picture isn't there and you want to drill in my mouth, I'm sorry. I need to see what you look like first, right? It's the handshake, the hello. It's the person that's standing in the entrance of the Ritz-Carlton saying, welcome, your business is the Ritz-Carlton. The handshake. I'm so glad you're here. What does your headshot say about you? And one of the myths that's out there is we have to be perfectly polished or 100% raw. There is no middle. If I'm not perfect and polished, if I didn't lose 10 pounds, ladies, how many of you lose weight before you know you have a headshot or a brand shoot coming up? You start eating, exercising, you're on the treadmill. I know some of you because I work with you. You postpone that photo shoot until you look better because you think you have to be perfect. And then there's other people who are like, take me as I am. This is who I am. And it's 100% raw. And there's this myth that this perfection or this raw, there's no middle ground. And really, it's not perfection. It's connection. It's not about being flawless. It's about truth, trust, and putting your best foot forward, the best version of you. So I want to share some slides with you. I want to get your first inkling. I want to share about our first impression that we give with our headshot. Because you know it used to be 7 seconds to make a great first impression. Now it was down to 5, and they're starting to say it's 3. 3 seconds, and you do it. You size somebody up in 3 seconds. You go on the website. You don't always look at the aesthetics of the website unless you're a designer. You look at the person. You want to see what they look like. Is it somebody that I feel like I can connect with? And if we give a wrong first impression, it takes over 7 positive interactions to bring them back around. Now, if we're all online, how many opportunities do we get to have somebody come back around? Do we get 7 chances? That's why I'm so passionate about helping you get a headshot that nails it. It aligns with who you are. It's in alignment with your brand, and it says, come on in, I'm here to help. So I want to go to the first slide, if I can. Are you able to see my first slide? I'm not sure. Hello? I want to make sure it's here. It says my screen sharing is paused. Can you see it? Yes, yes? Okay, I can't see it. So I'm going to see why I can't see my slide. Here it is. Okay. Which one do you think is more educated? Number 1 or number 2? Split-second decision. Is it true? We don't know. It's just a photo, but we make a split-second decision. This is the first impression I'm talking about. I want you to be thinking about your headshot when we talk about this. Next slide. Let me see if I can show you another one. I have definitely not been able to see my slides, guys. I don't know if it's why. Can you see this one? Let me know. I'm going to hope and trust that it's here. Which one is a lawyer? First or second? You can't see it? Not yet, not yet. Tell me if you can see this slide. Which one is a lawyer slide? I need somebody to say yes. You can't. No, no, no. Okay. Well, I don't know why my screen sharing is paused, so I'm going to start over. Sorry about that. We're going to go back and see if we can share it this time. Here we go. Can you see it? Yes? Which one is more educated? Now let's go to this one. Which one is a lawyer? Can you see it? Tell me in chat, which one is the lawyer? Number 2. There's no wrong answer, by the way. And I think when I'm popping back and forth, I'm losing my screen, and that's what's going on, and I'm so sorry about that. The lawyer is actually not necessarily number 2, and I want to tell you why. What if the girl with the green gothic look, the hair hanging over her face, has a law practice that's appealing to people that look like her? Do you see how your headshot is a marketing tool? So when you think lawyer, you think polished, dressed, suit, the whole thing. And it could be that that person, now I'm going to talk about why that's not a great headshot, but her look with the green hair and the gothic makeup could totally attract a group of people who are out there with tattoos and green hair and heavy makeup who need a lawyer, and they're going to go, that person looks like me. They understand me. They get me. And it's a marketing tool. So there is no wrong answer for what headshot can look like as far as your first impression, but you want it to be the right one. I'm going to go without my slides because it's too stressful for me. Here's what I want you to think of. I had AI. I went in Canva. Do you know that you can do this now with ChatGPT and Canva? You can do text to image. You can say, make this thing for me, and ta-da, they make it. And I said, I want you to make 2 doctors, female doctors, because I primarily work with women. And I want one of them to be serious, a serious countenance, and look like, you know, they've been in practice for a while. And I want the other one to have a more joyful expression, but looks like she has experience. So what it did was it brought up these 2 doctors. The first one, the serious one, is a brunette, middle-aged, no makeup, stethoscope around her neck, white lab coat. And she's standing there like this, and this is her expression. Okay, first doctor. Second one, about the same age. Her hair is a little bit like mine, not quite as long as mine. Eyes, huge eyes, and a smile half as big as her face. Gorgeous, radiant. She's leaning in, and she's like in the camera. And I like to ask this question. I put this on my LinkedIn profile, and it was really fun to see what people thought about it. Which one would you want to hire if you had a heart condition? Serious with a stethoscope or smiling and bubbly? Right? Which one would you want to hire if maybe you were getting Botox or facial lasers or aesthetics? Usually people choose the one who's bubbly. It's the power of your headshot. That first impression, the thing that they see, is how they decide, I want to read more. I want to know more about this person. Yes, they're going to see your video. They're going to see all the things that Jimbo's teaching you. You're going to get out there. You're going to be visible. You're going to be doing all the things. And then they're going to want to know more. They're going to go to your profile, and they're going to get your freebie. And then they're going to go to your website, and they're going to take a look at you. And your headshot on your website needs to say what you want it to say so that it lands with your target audience. That's what I want to help you do today. And I don't want you to be hung up on comparison. I don't look like what I looked like 10 years ago, so I'm going to use that headshot. And I get it. Look, I'm the first person to criticize my pictures. You can look at my headshot, find 5 things wrong with it, and I'll go, yep, and here's 10 more. Anybody else, you look at photos and go, yeah, it's just terrible. I had a client come to me and she wanted help being on camera, especially with her brand shoot. And she paid $1,600 for a brand photo shoot. This woman was a CEO in marketing. She was high up in a company in Chicago where she was in a boardroom in one of those skyscrapers where she was pitching campaigns on her feet, a boss, a boss. She knew what she was doing. And then she gets this headshot and these brand photos, and she comes to me and she crumbled in insecurity. Just, I wasted all my money. I can't use these. And I know better than to say, what? You're crazy. You look amazing. Because I have felt that too. I know what it feels like to hate how you look on camera. Believe me. Your girl has been through a whole lot of body dysmorphia. Took myself from a size 6 to a size 0 thinking that was going to answer all my problems. I still covered my body. I still hid in the back row in group photos and popped my head out because I didn't feel confident in how I looked on camera. So I get it. I get not liking how you look. So I validated her and I said, I feel that. I feel that I've had that happen too. Tell me why you don't like this one. And I found this picture. It could have been in a spread on Town and Country magazine. Beautiful. The composition, this photographer was outstanding. The composition was beautiful. I want you to picture this. She was in a room with sky-high ceilings, library, like kind of behind her, all white furniture. She's on like a love seat kind of thing. She's this beautiful blonde. She's wearing turquoise. Her face is just radiant. And it's not even a close-up. It's kind of panned out. It's something that you would use like down under the fold. Do you know what I mean by that? Under, like not on the top part of your website. It would be kind of below. It's more of a lifestyle picture. And she's like, that's the only one I might use somewhere, but I can't use it as a headshot. And what I noticed is the photographer took another close-up while she was in that same pose. And down, I went through some of the pictures and it was a headshot. And I said, what is it you don't like about it? And she said, all I see is my double chin. That's all I see. I didn't see her double chin. I saw a beautiful, confident woman sitting there, but we are so self-critical. And if you haven't learned anything from Jimbo in these last couple days, I hope you learn that you, the real you, is good enough. It's good enough. You deserve to be seen as you are, and you deserve to be heard. Your message needs to be heard. The name of the game right now is authenticity. We have to be authentic. And when you think about it, it is a buzzword. I will say I'm hearing it a lot. You might too. You hear authenticity everywhere, but why? Well, social media is a highlight reel. Like we're on our phones and it's like vacation, beautiful, I look good, and I'm going to post a picture, which I'm all for, by the way, but whatever, you know, it's all the highlight reel. And then we have AI making people, like my 2 doctors that I had AI make for me, and their skin was perfect. I mean, not a blemish anywhere, no wrinkle in sight. And people are craving truth because they don't know what's real anymore. So let your imperfections show. Own them. If you have a crooked smile, let it be crooked. If you have a crooked tooth, it's okay. Maybe you want to practice with a closed mouth smile. I do that with some of my clients. Like we find angles and ways to feel confident when you show up. But the real thing is you need to have a great profile picture and a great headshot that feels authentic to you so that you can put it out there and feel good about it. And it's saying to your ideal client, I'm here, I'm the person you've been looking for. Last month, I had a friend who I met in a group program. I took Amy Porterfield's Digital Course Academy several years ago. Has anybody ever done anything with Amy? Yeah, Amy's amazing. I mean, she's amazing. And we had a great time, and I came out of the program, and that's when I created my course, Shine Online. And this gal that I came through, I was in a pod like we do in group programs. A lot of people are in accountability pods. And this gal I came through with in my pod was a pharmacist turned entrepreneur. And there is a whole group, I don't know if you know about this, a whole group of medipreneurs. Is anybody here a medipreneur? You were in the healthcare field and you went into entrepreneurial world. Can you let me know in chat if you're that? There's a whole group of you, and especially pharmacists. And this pharmacist that I made friends with in Amy's program has a podcast, and she goes live on LinkedIn every week, and she lives in Las Vegas, and she's middle life, and she has, because she's in Las Vegas, I think probably, she's got perfect hair, her skin is radiant, she's always got a little bit of a tan, her headshot is on point. She's in a white lab coat, she's a pharmacist. The angle is right, her eyes are engaging, it's perfect. And she has this podcast where she invited a woman to be a guest speaker on her podcast. And she called me. You know, when you get a call, you only text people or they get Messenger, but you get a phone call from somebody and you think, they never call me. There's something wrong. Like, this must be an emergency. I pick it up. She's like, Christine, I need your help. I'm like, what? Are you okay? Like, thinking something like horrible happened. And she said, somebody sent a headshot that I need to use on promo material for my podcast. And Christine, I can't use it. I just can't. And I don't know what to do. So I said, okay, send it to me. This lady who's on her podcast, who teaches pharmacists and healthcare providers how to be entrepreneurs, she is fully confident. She's a boss in her world. She actually hosts big conferences in person where people fly in and come and learn everything they need to learn how to get into the online world. Her headshot was cropped from here to here. She was looking at the camera like this, and she wasn't smiling. So imagine me cropped. You can't see past my chin. It was just like this. It looked like she took her phone, like right here, and she gave that to someone to use for podcast material. Now, I don't think anybody here would ever do that. I'm thinking if you're here, you struggle with perfectionism a little too much than to do that. Am I right? You probably struggle with it. I mean, a lot of us do. And this gal, my friend, said, can you help me? And I'm like, well, I can't help this headshot. I mean, she's cropped out her whole everything. There's nothing. It's just this part of her face. And your headshot, it's called a golden triangle. A true headshot should be your shoulders to the top of your head, like a little triangle. And she said, well, can you get her to do a new one? So I'm like, sure. Make me the bad guy. Put me on the phone. And I talked to her. She just didn't know how. She honestly didn't know how. And she was embarrassed to ask. And you know what? That's okay. That was me too. I didn't know how to go live. Nobody taught me how to go live. I did a terrible job. I fumbled around. I figured it out. I didn't know how, but I was too prideful to ask for help. And because of her role in the real world, being this person that hosts her events, hundreds of medical people fly in, she was too embarrassed to say, I don't have a headshot. I'm going to take a selfie and you can use that for your podcast. I got her to learn how to do it so that it is a headshot that they could use, and it went out and everything was fine. That's what I want to teach you today. Are we in for that? Would you like to learn how to do your own selfie that you can use for a headshot that's going to say, this is a great version of me. This is good enough until I hire a photographer. Would that work? Okay, because I want you to know authenticity and polish can live on the same street. I'm not going to let you get away with being wobbly, shaky, sloppy, or messy in your headshot. Do it messy in your videos. Don't do it messy in your headshot. This is the thing that's on your LinkedIn profile. It's on your website. This is your business card, right? This is your handshake to the person. And the videos, completely different story. Completely different story. Same person, but your headshot's a little different. This is like your business card. And I want you to know that being real is not being sloppy. You can't do both. Polish doesn't mean you're fake. you can have both of them on the same street. So I want to give you some practical tips. I don't want you to take notes because there is a free resource. This whole thing is laid out for you in a guide. What I want you to do is grab your phone. We're going to play. The first thing I want to do, I am going to share a screen. I am going to share. I lied. I'm going to show you one thing I want you to see. We are going to look at lighting. I want you to see what not to do with lighting. Let me see if I can find it. I hate this picture, by the way. I'm doing this because I care about you. Lighting is everything. If you don't like how your hair looks, if you don't like how anything looks on your face, if you're self-critical, get your lighting right. It's going to erase a lot of those problems. I don't love this picture. I do it because I want you to get it. This was in my kitchen, walking around with my phone like this in front of me with an overhead light on. On the left, overhead light. On the right, all I did was walk away from the light and take another picture. I didn't turn the light off. I just moved away from it. Tell me in chat some of the things that you see different left to right. Left picture to right picture. Some of the things that you notice that are different. Yes, yes, yes. Do not, for the love of God, do not use overhead light when you do videos or you do a selfie. You'll hate how you look. It's a killer for all the things that you're listing in chat. What we have is shadows under my eyes, shadows here inside my nose, along my nose, those nasolabial folds. If you're in the over 40 and over 50 club, you know what I'm talking about. In here, I have a chicken pox scar on my forehead up here that shows up because when you have overhead light, it shows the topography of your skin, what's showing up. Now, yeah, that's what I look like, but it's not necessarily what I look like in person. When you see me, I don't walk around with light over my head. It's not the best version of me. A better version of me is turning and look what the difference is. Less shadows. You can't see that scar on my head. I don't have these dark circles under my eyes. The goal with lighting is this. This is the goal. Even lighting. This is a selfie, you guys. This is a selfie. No shadows under my eyes. I'm looking at the camera lens and I'm smiling, okay? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick up your phone right now. I want you to put your camera in selfie mode. And I want you to look at yourself on the camera. Whoop, I'm not in selfie mode. And look and see if you see any of those shadows. And if you do, I want you to walk around until the light is a little more even on your face. Just try it. If you need to get up, I'm all for that. If you want to get up and do it, I just want you to just make sure you can hear me. I want you to find good light. Here's the thing, window light is awesome. If you don't have a ring light, find window light. It doesn't need to be direct sunlight. Actually, I would say don't use direct sunlight. If you have a direct sun coming in the window, put a sheer curtain that you can see through to filter it a little bit. It'll soften it. Perfect. So when you find that light, when you get where you want it, now let's talk about camera angle when you're taking your own selfie, okay? We are not up here. No, 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 no. Stop it. We're not doing this anymore. You know what I'm talking about. Women are more guilty than men, but I've seen men do it too. We're way up here because it makes us look smaller. No, that does not show that you're a leader. It makes your viewer look down on you. It doesn't look good. We don't want them looking down on us. We want to be at eye level. So here's a little tip. Camera is here or here. That is what you're looking in when you're taking a selfie. You're not looking at yourself after you get your lighting set up. You know where you're going to take it. You're not looking at yourself anymore. You're looking right here in the top camera, right? You're going to have it at eye level or just a little bit above. And if you don't like let's say you have the double chin, like my girl in the turquoise with the blonde hair, maybe that's you. You can thin your face out a little bit if you just take it and tip it a tiny bit. And I'm saying, we're not going like this. We're just doing a tiny tip. And you want to make sure that you get your shoulders in the shot. So I want you to walk around, find your light, and take a selfie. Just try it. Get your shoulder in the shot. Just take it. We got it? Okay, we're going to move on because we're not done yet. Next, I want you to smile. The smile is so key. I am going to share my screen so you can see this, because if you don't smile, you look like why would they want to work with you? You don't look happy. You don't look like somebody that's saying, I'm the person you want. Here's an example. Whoops. How would you describe them? Give me 2 or 3 words in chat. How would you describe the gal on the left in chat? Give me some words that you would use to describe her based on her headshot alone. And yes. And how would you describe the girl on the right? You've got to smile. You just have to smile. If you're not smiling, you don't look like you're inviting people into your world. You don't look like someone who has confidence. Your headshot communicates confidence, competence, credibility, and approachability. If you don't have those 4 things, they might get the wrong first impression of you. If there's something about you you don't like, we figure out how to work around it. For example, if it is like maybe you don't like how full your face is, then tip that just a little bit, tip the camera down. If you don't like your teeth or your smile, we practice learning how to smile differently. If you need a little zhuzh, we add a little color to your face with makeup. Guys, you can do it too. You don't have to, but you can. There are different things you can do. But I want you to pay attention to looking in the camera and smiling. Now, here's the thing I want you to get. I'm going to leave this up here for a minute. This smile, this headshot on the left is actually perfect. With her quarter turn and leaning in, direct to camera, she's smiling at me. I feel like she's confident. She's engaging. I want to know more. If she were self-conscious about her body, this is a great way to take a headshot, because on a tiny quarter turn, it minimizes how big you look on camera. A video, we're moving around. It's always different. A headshot, that static moment in time, square to the camera, we're blockier, right? And whatever is closest to the camera is the biggest, right? So whatever's close. So you want to turn, quarter turn, and look in the camera. So with your selfie mode, try it, turn, a quarter turn, look in the camera, find your lighting, tilt down just a little bit. That's going to help you get a good headshot. Now, what about the arm, Christine? The arm, it shows. Well, get your arm out a little bit. You can crop it out, especially if you use a circle. If you have circles can hide that arm is outstretched. You can also, if you have a ring light, you can use a self timer, and you can do it that way so that you're not holding your phone. You can position your phone with a ring light, but if you have your arm out, you can crop it out so that it doesn't look like your arm is there, and still use that headshot to park until you hire a photographer. Is this helping anybody? Anybody? Yes? Okay. Now I want to show you what not to do in your headshot. This is a big one with your positioning, because body language is everything. Can you see the screen? Yes? Let me know if you can see. Okay. I'm trying to see if you're saying yes. Okay. If your camera lens is dirty, it's time to give her a clean. And do not use a makeup wipe. Pure rubbing alcohol or a screen cleaner for a laptop, clean the front and the back camera, whichever one you're using. This is a dirty camera lens on the top left-hand picture. Not good. When you take pictures, don't lean back from the camera like that. You don't want to be back. That says, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. If we go back to this gal, she's leaning in, the blonde. It's leaning in. I want to get to know you. I'm here. I'm available to help you. Here, me on the top with my head back, away, I'm saying I'm untrusting and I'm not interested. And here's another one. Ladies, we're guilty. The bottom left picture, the head tilt. Don't do this in your headshot, please. Please. This tells me that you're either not confident, you're an obedient puppy, or you're flirting. You're being coy, right? This isn't a headshot. None of these tilts. That's not the image. And guys, I never see you do this. Maybe you do. I never see men tip their head. Little girls do it instinctively. You know, cute little 3-year-olds, they do their shoulder. It must be a female thing. I don't know, but when we see it in a headshot, it's probably not communicating the message that you want to communicate. When I go back to a slide that's talking about where did she go? I don't know where it is. Well, when I talk about what words do you get when you think this slide here with the girl with the picture, describe them in 3 words. If you're like this and your head is tipped, they're not going to get from you confident, competent, all the things that you want. You might get approachable, I don't know, but it's definitely not communicating confidence on camera like we want it to. So far, so good? Remember, you don't have to write this down because you're getting a guide. I want you to think, just go for it. Here's something else I want to share before I stop sharing screens. When you smile, don't say cheese. Cheese is not the way to smile for a camera and get your best look and your best foot forward. I learned a secret with a photographer. I had my kids have headshots done to audition for movies years ago. And I had a photographer I hired so that they had a little portfolio, actually did that so that they would learn how to go pitch themselves and learn how to go away from mom, talk to somebody that they get interviewed for. They were just little. It was really great experience. They never got hired. Great experience. They both know how to pitch themselves now, which was the gift that came from this. But the photographer ended up saying, hey, mom, why don't we do your headshots? And back then, I'm like, why? I'm in private practice. I have my website and my insurance picture next to the insurance directory. I don't need one. Ended up not knowing back then that he was taking me on a journey to where I am right now teaching you. He's like, I'm going to take your pictures today with a lens that shot Cindy Crawford because he does all kinds of work. He's amazing. And I'm smiling, so I have my hair done, my makeup done. I'm all dressed, different outfits that you do when you go on a photo shoot. Right? This is what we do. It's just so awkward. And he's like, Christine, no, I'm going to tell you a secret. And now I'm going to share the secret with you. He said, you know what the supermodels and a lot of people do when they smile for the camera? Hey, hey, hey. And this picture here that I'm sharing with you is me working with some women, teaching them how to do the hey smile. I'm going to stop sharing so that I can see you. But what I want you to do is look in your phone, get your lighting, get the camera angle where you want it, look in the camera. Nobody can hear you. When we see your headshot, nobody knows that you went, hey. It's similar to you walking up to a coffee shop, seeing a friend that you haven't seen in a while, and you're like, hey, look how much your eyes light up when you say that versus cheese. Do you see the difference? Right? So, hey, I want you to practice the hey smile. Take a picture and work on it. Practice it. Now, here's also what I want you to know. My staff in my beauty salon, nobody was over 30 years old. That's just kind of the way it worked. And they took selfies all day long because they were young girls. And they would take 20 to 30 before they got one selfie that they would use. You are probably doing the same thing. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how big you are. It doesn't matter how beautiful or handsome or not feeling beautiful and not feeling handsome. It takes practice, because most of us in this room didn't grow up in front of a camera with this in our hand taking pictures all the time. It feels weird. So let yourself embrace the suck, get used to not looking good for a couple of them until you find the one. And one thing that you will notice is when you're in your car, you'll get really great lighting. Practice in your car. Just practice. Don't use that for your headshot. Just practice using your phone and finding good light. For some reason, car selfies are really, really great. Okay, I want to leave you with a couple more things. Is this helping anybody? Are we doing okay? I'm checking chat. Yes? Okay, practical. Your chiropractor, camera confidence girl over here, I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't say your posture is the first thing that communicates confidence. Right now, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips as you're seated, right? When you're sitting or standing for a headshot, you want your shoulders back. Whatever's closer to the camera is going to be bigger. Remember that. So you can do your quarter turn, but posture here, tall. None of this. Please don't be the gal on the podcast promo material that went like this and she was looking down. No, 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 that's not you. You're being visible this year. You want to get the best headshot you can. Stand up tall. Eyes, when you say hey, they get more expressive. When you learn how to smile with your eyes, the viewer goes, there's some fire in this person. There's energy, there's life, and you have to overdo it a little bit on camera. You do. Camera, you need to kind of overact in a way. If there's a better way to say it, I don't know. Maybe Jimbo could tell me. But in photos, it's the same thing, because just that static picture of you sitting there, you want to have some life in it. So let your eyes kind of flirt with that camera lens and say, hey, and practice, practice, practice. The lighting, no overhead lighting, I'm reviewing. Get your best lighting. And now I want to talk about your background. This is probably okay. A wedding where you looked like great and you like the picture and there's a mess in the background, not okay. Plain wall is fine. You don't want a background that's going to be distracting from you. The best professional headshot that you can put out there is showcasing you. You don't want them looking to say, what books are on her bookshelf? Or what does he read? Or well, I don't understand what's in the background. We don't want that. If you're taking your own selfie, you want a clean, crisp background. You could be behind a curtain. You could be behind a plain wall. It doesn't matter. Okay. I think I've covered everything. I want to make sure that this helped you, that you understand that you don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be polished. This is, once you get yourself out there on video, once you work with Jimbo, when you do what you're doing, you're going to get invited to speak on podcasts. It's going to happen. You're going to be invited to go somewhere, speak on stages, or somewhere where you're going to need to put a headshot out there. And if you don't have professional headshots done, my free guide is going to show you how to do it with some of the tips we just talked about. And you want it to put your best foot forward, because all those people who don't know you want to see someone who's confident, approachable, competent, and credible. And I'm going to leave you with this before we go back to Jimbo. I think we're good on time. A great headshot is not going to get you the job. It's not going to get you the sale. It's not going to bring in the client. But a bad one can cost you. It's true. If you make that first impression, if it's not right, if it doesn't align with your brand, people might keep scrolling. So we want to find what feels authentic and good to us and the best foot forward. If you're committed to showing yourself on video and great headshots full out, drop a diamond in the chat. Drop it out, drop it in chat if you're committed to showing up for the rest of this year with your best foot forward and on video. Diamond in the chat. Yes? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Yay. Okay, Jimbo, it's back to him. We're going to be going, I think into a short break, I think.
No.
The resource for your freebie is,
Yeah.
is on the dashboard, right?
It's on the dashboard, yeah. And we're just
Awesome.
going to keep the party rolling. Hey.
Awesome.
Hey. I was
Hey.
listening. Hey. It's kind of like I taught them yesterday. We went all over performance techniques and acting techniques, essentially. And I said, when all else fails, smile, which is my acronym for say, man, I love everyone.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Like here's why that's so valuable. It's just the little stuff that we of a certain age group don't know. You're right. We did not grow up with a phone. Thank goodness, because oh my gosh, if somebody had social media when I was a teenager. Oh. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Make sure and go to the dashboard. You're going to see some extra buttons there now that I'm going to talk you through. But thank you so much, Christine. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye.
All right, guys. We are going to keep it rolling. Like I said, there are new buttons on the dashboard. I don't want you to go dashboard happy right now, but Carson, if you wouldn't mind showing the dashboard, I want to tell you what you guys got over there. Shoot, I can't see it. You've got more buttons. If you haven't clicked on something, start clicking. You've got the future client journey, which I talked about earlier. You've got Christine's resource. Make sure you get that. I also put on there, I could check on it right here. Just let me look on number 78,000 tab. You've got an equipment list. You don't need any equipment. You really don't. Unless you're going to the farmer's market, you need equipment. Now you noticed Christine had a microphone on, a DJI microphone, and that microphone is the one I recommend. All right, so it's on that list. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if you guys have heard the word. Has anybody heard the word tariff lately? Some of this stuff has gone up a little bit. Oh, the extension for Claude. Thank you. Sheepers. Where did I put that? Yeah, let me get that because that's a really cool thing. I'm going to try to drop that in the chat. Dadgummit. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll make sure everybody has that. I mean, I may have to email that out. Let me tell you. I'm looking for it now, guys. Just relax. If I don't get it to you now, I'll get it to you. I promise. Let me see what it's called. Okay, here's what I want you to search. Go to the Chrome Web Store. Chrome Web Store. Just search Chrome Web Store. You're essentially looking for, will you share my screen, Carson, please? You're essentially looking for this. Somebody take a screenshot. You could go to the AI, I bet that's it. This thing is awesome. I literally was just using it. Yeah, go to AI-toolkit.site. So if you're a Claude user, this is going to be a game changer. Because check this out. You now have this search bar, and this is what comes up in my search, right? So if I type in, for instance, Poppy, the puppet series that I produced for, I know Gretchen, it's, nobody can. It's AI.toolkit.site. Somebody put it in there. Thank you, Karen. We're going to be a little bit more resourceful as we leave this party. But here's what's so cool about it, right? So you type in, you go to the search, and don't try to do this right now. Just open it up. There we go, Gretchen. Thank you. I type in Poppy, and all of a sudden, it's got all of the chats that came up where I was, I mean, this one says I poppin', but it's even that good, right? Where it's saying poppin' instead of Poppy, right? But that was the name of the puppet. So really, really cool. Really, really cool. All right. Come back to me real quick, please, so I can, real quick. That equipment list, don't go buying a bunch of stuff. The microphone is probably the best thing. The next best thing is this little doohickey. Somebody was saying earlier about a gimbal. This is the only one I would want you to get. Okay? If you've joined Visible, don't spend $1, please, till I approve it. Okay? Unless you're getting a new Apple machine in the beginning of May. And then, in that case, it's approved. So that's really cool. But again, unfortunately, the prices on these things have gone up a little bit because of those tariffs. DJI is a Chinese company. They make the drones. There was a time where it's like, they're stealing all of our information. Oh man, they have it already anyways. They have it already. Another little thing you'll see on the equipment list is this little sucker. It's called a DJI Neo drone that actually works with the microphone. So you can, this little thing, it takes off in the palm of your hand and it lands in the palm of your hand. It's got protectors. Super fun, unnecessary, but you know, it's fun. All right. The other thing you would have on your dashboard, Carson, if there's any way I could get these two screens back, that really helps me. You got Master Your Selfie Game. You got Video Tracking Sheet, Spreadsheet. That's where we're going to pick up. Okay, Video Tracking Spreadsheet. Please click on that and make a copy. Make a copy. It's a simple spreadsheet that can be modified. But make a copy. All right? And if you don't know how to do that, don't sweat it. Yeah, Kat, this is not the one you would want because it's not big enough for that. It doesn't get far. It's so cool. Like you turn it on and it just follows you. It like literally no remote control. It just follows you. It's wild. Thank you, Dr. Jill. All right. So one of the promises. Okay, great. Great. I'll do that, Dr. Jill. One of the promises, that was just a bag, Kelly. That was just a little bag, little fanny pack. One of the promises for the event was you're going to leave with a plan. So that's what I want to get into, okay? That's what I want to get into. All right. Let me just take a screenshot of that, because I don't want to make promises that I'm not keeping. Okay. I don't know, Will. I get them always confused. Google that. You want the one that's, I think it's dynamic. I know you would think film guy, degree, and all this stuff, I would know the difference, but every time, my brain does not work on stuff like that. Like, it just is like very confused. Nancy, make sure and just get all those tabs open now. Just make sure and get those tabs open now, okay? All right, Sherry, it looks like you're trying to give me a credit card. That's awesome. I like it. I'll take it. Okay, let's get into your marketing video plan going forward. Your marketing plan going forward, okay? So if you wouldn't mind sharing my screen here, Carson, this would be great. Here is your, I'm going to post this in my chat over here. So you can have it. This is your prompt. But you're going to insert your information. I'm a grief counselor. I'm a this. I'm a that. I put 5 videos for a coaching business. When I first, I told you guys I'm doing the same webinar, right? I've said this 1,000 times. So when I first started doing the webinar, I would try to teach this as part of the hour, and I realized, oh, I'm going way too deep, and I don't need to get that deep. A teacher, right? Like I want to teach you everything. I really do. It's a bizarre syndrome. So you put that into chat, and if you have, again, if you're, somebody with an advanced AI usage, you want to make sure that you're being more specific in regards to, I do this, here's examples of my videos, right? So Donna Kennedy, for example, is going to have 10, 15, whatever, however many videos she's done, she's going to have all those transcripts. So she can upload those to ChatGPT and literally say, I've uploaded 3, 4 video transcripts. I want you to go forward using my tone and my voice, okay? But the way I want to start this, the way I want to teach you to do it the right way, so that you're making sure that you're not just putting in a prompt and getting a video script and you're like, great. So the idea with this is we want to create a list, and the 5 there is, it could be 10, it could be 20, right? The 5 is just a number. But what's really important here is the 5, not the 5, the video name and a brief description. We are not going into script writing yet because, and I know this is going to be super small, sorry. Yeah. What you have here, oh man, plus 23 people, you guys got after it. You're making a copy, watch, file, make a copy, okay? We're Googling 101. File, make a copy. Otherwise, everybody's gonna have your shit, man. Everybody's gonna feel, you guys are gonna get in there and go, what is happening? And it's gonna get overwritten, like an overwritten and overwritten. You gotta make a copy.
Can you share a link to a Google Doc?
I think so, yeah.
You're a really brave man.
I know. Well, it's just a generic thing. So if I got it, I have a backup copy of that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Where's the actual share button?
Right here, the plus.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyone with the link
Okay.
is a viewer.
Ah, okay. Do you know how much I've learned today? How to turn a mouse cursor into a bigger mouse cursor. This guy's made me better for a long time. He seriously has looked out for my dumbass for a long time, and I love it because he knows what I'm good at, right? So yeah, make a copy. Now you have to do it, I guess. Some of you got in there. And essentially, what we're doing here, because I have one that I started that I'll share with you in a minute. But what we're doing here, guys, is we want to get a start with the chat, and we want to know that we are agreeing with what the chat is doing first before we just start going. And you literally could start, guys, with make a video name, a brief description of 10 videos, and just tip type videos. I'm just showing you all of the types of videos, right? So it's kind of an accordion-esque. You can expand on that if you want, or you can just take one section at a time. So here's what ChatGPT gives me. First, number 1, a tip video, and this is me playing a generic business coach, right? Quick win, the number 1 tip to fast track your success. That's the title. So right away, you should be able to, discern, does that title sound like something that would be a decent video? And then the description, in this short video, I'll share one powerful tip, blah, blah, blah. Does that description sound like it would be a good video? So the idea here is we're taking the chat just little by little so that we don't have it write 5 scripts and we don't like 3 of them. Does that make sense? Because what we could literally do is go back in our reply and go, okay, for number 2, I don't like it. Can you give me another option for a frequently asked question videos, right? And again, you want to just, the best thing you can do if you're new, Kelly Phillips, is just play around with it. Like, the great news is you can always go and click on a new chat. Like, here's what's awesome. Anytime you want, just new chat, right? You could literally delete it and start over. This thing is so powerful. So what I like to do is this. I like to go to my spreadsheet, and let's just say I liked all these so far. And so I've got a video type. This is going to help you get organized, right? Lisa Sasevich says, structure gives you freedom. I've struggled with that concept for 15 years. Structure gives you freedom. Okay? The idea here is we're going to give ourselves that structure, and later on when we go to shoot it, we're going to be okay to play around with it. So I want to have my video name. I like to, when I'm naming my videos, by the way, I always like to put the date and then the title. And I'll tell you why. If I go 2025-04-27 and then the title of the video, I can always sort by date once the video gets made. It's just, so this is a naming system that I learned from Erin Marshall Squared. Like, she's very organized. Like, she is like, give me a spreadsheet and I'm gonna be happy. She does the baking and I do the spaghetti sauce. That makes sense, right? So then I'm gonna copy and paste my video description. And then as I scroll over, here's where this gets really cool. And if you're not a Google user and you're, Microsoft Word and it's online, same concept. If you're using an Office suite, a Google suite, that's machine, it's a local saved device, you need to make the switch to something like this. Your life will become easier. I was scratching. I did not want to make the switch. I was not a Google fan until I just kind of forced myself to use it, and it's been a game changer. Because the idea here is we literally can have the name, the description, the script, which is a link to a Google document, right? Exactly. If you're a leaper here, you're doing this in Obi. Then you're going to have a column for date shot, a CTA, call to action. What was the call to action? A link, a YouTube link. You may have another, I think for the template, I put a couple of links in here. Yeah. I went a little bit more on the sheet that I gave you, because I'm imagining you're having a team member help you with this, right? So it's like date shot, edit due date, date posted, link, or YouTube link, and then link. The difference is probably most of the time you're going to have something on YouTube, but I would also prefer you have the video on a Google Drive, on a Dropbox, on a Microsoft One, some kind of a cloud-based share. I would want you to have that video. And the reason is going to be just for future use, right? Just for future use. Where this sheet becomes really really awesome is over time. Over time. I'm going to show you a quick screenshot. And the other thing I love about Google, if you're not aware, you can set up different profiles. So I have a profile for me. I have a profile for when I work with Barry, right? I work with a couple of other businesses as well. So I have profiles, right? So I just switch back and forth. But where this becomes really awesome is when you start to look at something like this, and it's essentially, this is a blown out version, right? But essentially, and I know you can't see it, but what we do, Barry and I do, it's basically like, all right, we know the questions that she needs to ask or answer. These are for vlogs, right? We've got categories. We've got a little bit of description. We've got a shoot date. We've got any Barry's notes on content, right? So like when we're done with the video, we can, we'll make notes, right? For editing or whatever the case may be. So we do this, I was wondering, there's one of these, we've got a brainstorming tab, right, where we know. And then we use this like it's just this Bible of sorts, like it's this ultimate resource where everything lives. So here's where this is going to be really good. I'm almost done, Kelly. Just hang on. I know it's boring. Spreadsheets put me to sleep too, sister. It's like, whoa! Here's where this becomes really amazing. And for everybody that's joining me in Visible, don't worry about this now, but this is where we're headed so that we're tracking. I'm going to be a user on this, so I'll know, like, I'm gonna be like, no, we're shooting some of this out of order. This is the money video we want to shoot first, kind of thing. But where it becomes really valuable as your business grows, and just a show of hands, anybody have VA? Anybody use, helpers? Okay, great. Great, Laura, thank you. If you have a VA and they're part of this spreadsheet, they're going to be able to track your videos with you, and you're going to be able to like write them emails and go, hey, grab the video from the spreadsheet and blah, 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 right? And do this, right? So that's where it becomes really valuable. It's going to be super valuable for yourself because you imagine, I said yesterday, our goal would be shooting 4 videos a month. If we just do some simple math, in a year, you're going to have 48 videos. If you don't have some organizational system, you are never going to find them again past Jimbo. Why did you ever do that? Because you're going to have links all over YouTube. Past Jimbo, why do you have so many YouTube channels? I want you to start organized. The structure will give you freedom. I promise this will be a game changer. But you have to do that boring spreadsheet work, right? So check it out. I'm going to go back to my ChatGPT, right? So I told it to give me, right, I'm starting here. And I'm looking and I'm approving. Do all of these make sense for my business? For my business, right? And Carrie, hopefully I am sharing it again. I know you sent a private message, but I don't have access to that chat, so sorry. Send me an email if you've got something urgent, and I'll get to it later tomorrow. Sorry, it's gonna be a busy night. So I'm going through here and I'm like, okay, does this all make sense, right? Then what I'm going to do, and let's just assume all of these are good, right? And it even says, like, here's how smart these chatbots are. Would you also want a version that's even slightly more specific to a niche? It's trying to be nice. And it's trying to go, hey, it looks like you don't know much about marketing because you're like, I'm a business coach. So you want to be specific. For a coach who blank, you can go as long as you want on that prompt. It's going to be fine. Like, it's super awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's my wife's mug, for sure. So for now, I'm going to say no, right? because I just want to get to the next part of it. So I'm going to say no, thank you. I'm polite. I'm always just going to say, thanks, you're awesome. For some reason in my little feeble mind, I'm like, that's going to help. That's going to help. So I'm going to say, no, thank you. Please write 5 scripts for each of the video titles. For each video is fine. You don't even have to, I mean, it's so smart. It'll basically be like, you know, it'll infer what you're wanting to do. And then what I'll want to do here, guys, is define the word count. That's super important. Remember yesterday when I gave you the exercises of 100 words? If you're just starting out, don't make them over 100 words. Okay? Where's my little video star, Marsha? Right? Marsha, start with 100 words. You're going to crush it. Right? Do I still have Sharon from South Africa hanging on? She's been a trooper. There she is. You're now up to a 5 and ready. I know that. Right? But I know you're beginning, so just say it, you know, let's learn to crawl before we walk, right? So I'm going to say 5 scripts for each of the video. You can Google this, but generally speaking, 100 words is around a minute. 300 words is probably around 3 minutes. It's always going to depend on the pace of talking, etc., right? And Donna has a really good point. Sometimes they don't know how to count. Like, sometimes they really don't know how to count. It's bizarre. It's like, as smart as you are, you skipped math class. I'll forgive you because you're awesome. And here's what I find doing a lot of times, because I have some private directing clients that I'll do some of their script work for. And they're private clients through another coach. Let's put it that way. I'm a hired director. I'm a hired gun, right? I care about them, but they're not my clients. I'm going to make their videos short. Because for the most part, they're not great. They've not done it before. And I've got 1 hour to make them great. That's a tall order. So I go into Claude or ChatGPT, and if it's over 100, I'm like, okay, great. I literally always do a word count. I always do a word count. I copy, I paste it into a Google Doc, I highlight all the words, and it's like Command-Shift-C for the word count. It's under Tools, word count. And if it's like 125, I'm like, nope, write it again. Write it again. You're 25 words over. And it'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, you're right. It's okay, no need to apologize. Let's get to it. Right? So for some of you guys that are a little bit more advanced that you already know, like, oh, I like this model of making the YouTube version and then making my social versions, right? So the doctors that I've worked with, you're ready to go to this next step, right? You may say, make each script 300 to 350 words. And it's going to do this. And it's saying, I'm going to keep it generic so that you can adapt them easily, right? Yeah, the big mouse is a game changer. Here we go. And it's doing all this, right? Now, it does give you this thing, right? And you could also go, oh, rewrite it, start with a stronger hook, right? Rewrite it, take out the question, right? I mean, it even asks the question, hey there, if you're ready to fast track your success, I have a quick tip for you. It starts with a question, but it really becomes an assumptive statement. So then what I do is I'm taking this and I'm copying it into the Google Doc, which might end up looking something like this. Wait, there it is. Right? This isn't the right script, just so you know. But it's an example, right? It's an example, okay? Now the other thing I like to do, and you can, there's a couple different, you see how I have my date right here? You may not see this, but you see how I have 2024 11-17? I always want to do that. It really helps me when I go into my Google Drive, because that's another thing can get a little messy. As you make this push into becoming a content creator, man, the digital files can go sideways fast, like super fast, right? And I am not, the organizational stuff is not my strength. So it's like, oh, I'm trying, right? I'm generally turning to my wife and going, what do I do now? And she usually says something like, you should have set it up right the first time. Yeah, okay, thanks. The other thing I want to show you guys that I think is perhaps an unknown little secret that makes my life easier. I'll go into some scripts we shot the other day. And some of you are going to know this, and you're going to be like, okay, but I think it's relevant. This tabs over here, a little bit of a game changer, right? Because this is all the stuff we shot, so each one of these represent a script, right? Now, how you do that is super easy. And I know this wasn't a class on Google, but sorry, always a teacher. If I highlight some of the words, let's just say this is the title, right? I highlight the words. I just learned this 7 months ago, so I'm like bragging. And you go to normal text and you just choose one of these, heading 1, 2, or 3, it doesn't even matter which one. It starts to create that table of contents for you. Huh? Huh? I'm a giver. Right, Dr. Juanita? It's just really helpful when your document gets long, right? So for instance, I worked with an attorney a while back. You see all my dates. This is my Google document stuff. I'm not, anything that's not dated like that is somebody else's document that ends up in my drive. So I was going to show you. I even do my bio, by the way, in Claude. So I write, you know, if you start speaking a lot, you're going to have slightly variations of your bio. So I will literally like go into Claude and I'll be like, oh, make this, 100 words or whatever it is. I use it for so many things. It's just bananas. Really, really good stuff. There's my Sunday service for Video Centers. Yeah, I guess I don't see it right now. I had a master document. Anyways, doesn't matter. Don't get distracted, Jimbo. Is this getting it? Do I have any questions about this in general that I could kind of help you with? Because I want to make sure. We've got about 30 minutes, so just kind of hang in there with me. And I want to make sure that you are able to leave knowing what you need to do next. And Kathleen, I'm a Claude fan, boy. Yes, of course, Marcia. Yes, and Apple does everything. Yeah, so much to do next. I know. Take a breath. I am leaning a little bit more into ChatGPT in the last couple weeks. I'm finding I'm paying $40 a month for both of these things. So I've got, oh my God, I done knocked Glenn out. Jeez, okay. Shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting for Gwens. There we go. I'm back. I know, spreadsheets bore the hell out of me too, buddy. I pay $240 a year for those two services. Easily $120 too much. You can do it with just one. But I wanted to get ChatGPT because I wanted some different functions. ChatGPT will do different things. ChatGPT will go read websites, for instance. Claude doesn't do that, right? So there's some advantages. ChatGPT will do graphics. You describe it and it makes some stuff up, right? So there's advantages. I will say, in my opinion, Claude is a better writer when I compare things, and a little bit sharper, a little bit funnier. But that's just, me. Yeah. Glenn, hey, hope I didn't wake you. All right. Yeah, you got a question for me? Oh, you're muted. 1 second.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Now I was just gonna follow up on what you said. That my understanding is you want to use ChatGPT, say, to come up with 10 things for you. Then you want to take those 10 things and put them into Claude to get Claude to write about them for you.
No. You could do it all in one platform.
Right. I've heard that. I think I heard Seth Godin said that's what he does.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm just offering that.
Yeah. Listen, if you're using both, I say, and thank you for that, Glenn, I say go bananas. Just remember at some point you've got to, start the action. I know one of the things I wanted to make sure and get done. Okay, you want to share my screen there, Carson? I talked about how to use, I want to talk a little bit about how some additional things, and I'm gonna answer that teleprompter question. That's a good question as well. So one of the cool things in Veed, and getting all my smart software is messed up, is I could literally go here, highlight all this stuff, and copy and paste it, right? I can also go here, click here, download, and I always want to download the text format. Don't worry about those other formats for now. The text format is literally like, a text file that you are used to using. Before we had, Microsoft Word and all that other stuff, it was just a text file, right? So that's what that is. I'm just going to use my copy and paste function. So I'm just click holding and dragging. I'm copying. I'm going to open up a new window. I'm going to go to Claude. I could also do this in chat. And I'm going to go take the following video transcript and create the number. I probably won't go over 3 or 4. I'll just say 4 social media posts. And here's the key, that do not reference the video transcript. Write me copy for the video to post on social. Not a question mark. Write me a YouTube description. For YouTube, you need these following things. You need a description. You need a title. Come on, Jimbo. Title and hashtags. Assume you are a YouTube, I always put this in, YouTube SEO expert. Because remember, and then I'm going to paste that transcript. Remember, you tell the chatbot what it is. Like, I've got this whole creative series that I want to shoot that has nothing to do other than just to feed my creativity. My chat is literally like this long, And I'm saying things like, you are an experienced Hollywood writer. You have films on Netflix. You have films on YouTube. You have won short film festivals. I'm literally saying, I want the character to be across from Quagmire from Family Guy and Job from Arrested Development and somebody else. I'm telling it all these things, and the results are outstanding. Like when I went back and forth, I took it to my DP and I was like, hey, because I can't do this alone and it's too complicated. And he was reading through it and his mouth was hanging open going, how did you write this? Like, how did you write this? So watch this. And yes, I'll post that in the chat. So it's going to do its thing. It's going to be pretty fast. The chat, Erica, was this. So for you, Erica, I'm a woman business owner who helps women with find financing, stuff like that. The more details you can give the chats, the better your results are going to be. My lesson here is don't be shy about writing these long ass prompts. Like, how for some of you, when I was like, hey, give me 3 sentences and you gave me like 37 sentences, that's your time to give it 37 sentences with love. All right, so here we go. Here's my results from Claude. And here's why I say I want it to create social media posts without referencing the videos, guys, is because the idea is I post the video on, say, like a Monday. And then on a Wednesday, I have a post that doesn't reference the video, but I'm keeping within the theme of the week. So I'm essentially taking that video script and getting multiple uses out of it, right? So it's given me a LinkedIn post. It's given me an X post, an Instagram post, right? A Facebook post, right? It's given me the YouTube SEO content, right? So it's given me the title. The title is one of the most important things in regards to search. And the description. You see how it's even given me a call to action there with like work with me, and then it puts link, right? In there. It's given me the hashtags, right? So essentially with one video, this is why I love video, you're creating all this stuff, right? Super helpful. Any questions about that? No, everybody's like, we're over it. Took a picture earlier. Let me talk about the teleprompter. Okay, I did that. Yep, I did that. Okay, great. That looks good. Teleprompters. Isla, go ahead. You're on with Jimbo in the morning.
So with what you just said, the different posts, are you posting that same video with all of the other posts? You're not posting a video with any of the other ones. You're just posting a video.
Yeah,
and then
great question. So essentially, I post the video with its copy on Monday.
Right.
And then maybe on Wednesday, I choose one of these other posts that don't reference the video, that have the same context. I'm just keeping a theme throughout the week. And what that will allow you to do is to start looking at your social media as not so overwhelming, because if we did 4 videos a month, those 4 videos would literally provide us with enough social media content for the entire month. That's the idea, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, perfect, thank you.
Okay, great. Kelly Phillips, I hope your mind has been blown over these 3 days.
Yes, thank you. I studied under Jeff Goins, who's a blogger. And one of the things that he used to give us was this prompt of, pick somebody famous and then pick a fight.
Okay.
And so it's sort of kind of so you could get traction because somebody made a big comment. I didn't know if you had like a template that you use with videos, because I think that would really work with me a lot.
Yeah.
Because I kind of have a different viewpoint. So then if I could say, hey, did you see this article? But let's flip it, you know, is that?
Yeah, here's exactly what I do. I don't have a template, but here's exactly how I would do it with 100% confidence that this will work. I would get the video from the guru or from the person.
Okay.
I would get a transcript of that video. If it's on YouTube, there's a transcript of the video pretty much automatically. If not, Kelly, you can download the YouTube video. There's software for that.
Yeah.
And then upload that video to Veed, and it will give you the transcript. So there's a way, nowadays there's always a way to get a transcript, right? It is no longer, in the past, it was like we were paying X number of dollars per whatever words, right? Now it's like, oh my gosh. Then I would take that transcript into Claude, into chat, whichever one you're gonna use, and I would say, hey, I want to pick a fight, but in a nice way. I'm just offering a different opinion, a different point of view from this viewpoint. I don't agree with XYZ. Give it, again, if you give it some details of like, I don't agree with this part or that part, write me a video script and it will amaze you. It will be done. Like it's literally that easy. Does that make sense, those steps?
Yes, thank you, I got it.
100%. That is listen guys, that is a great question and a great way to get attention and a great way to say, I don't care if this rubs people the wrong way, this is what I believe. You do have to have a point of view to be in the coach space, because otherwise you come out like vanilla. And although I love vanilla ice cream when it's served with a brownie and a little bit of blah, 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 in this marketing space, it's hard to make money and stand out. So well done. That is a great technique. All right, Dr. Josephine.
My hand was raised by accident. So sorry.
Okay, thank you. Erica Hill. Was yours intentional?
Can you go back to the prompt that you did for the video, the vid.io, where you were telling Claude what to do in the beginning before you copied and pasted the information?
Was it the one that I was using ChatGPT? Would you be able to create a list with a video name, a brief description? That one?
It was the one with Claude, where you copied and pasted the script from that you were using from the video.io, and then you put it in Claude.
Okay, great. This one. If you want to share my screen there, Carson, that one?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
So yeah, you're welcome. So the prompt is basically take the transcript and do what? Take the transcript and create social media post. Number to be determined. Right? Number to be determined. I'm telling you guys, if you just take the time, and I put me in the chat if you're like you're using AI like I am in this regard. I know a few of you are, where you're like, I'm wearing this thing out. Great. The more I use it, the more I'm just like blown away. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even think. Okay, this is too TMI. You got to get me off the stage before I share everything. I got this ex-wife that's, and I was like, hey, Claude, can you write me a text? That was a little bit, not so a-hole-ish, but just a little bit saltiness, right, Sue? Like, I wanted a little bit. And it was like, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, perfect. Nancy, what kind of question? So whenever in doubt, go to this thing and ask it. Like, summarize, give me bullet points. These things, like I literally will take my webinars and just upload it and go, write me video scripts based on this. I told you yesterday, I literally created lead magnet video scripts literally just by uploading the transcript from the webinar and saying, I want to create a lead magnet that's a video course based on this content. And it literally just starts going. And I'll say like, I need titles. give me 10 to start with, because I want choices, right? And they'll be like, oh, I like this, but change the tagline. Oh, add it here, right? It's so powerful. Nancy Olson.
I have thoroughly enjoyed my time here this weekend, but I missed last night. I missed both evenings because I had events going on, but I want to find out what went on this morning. Because you said you were filled with tears, and I want to know what it is. I'm nosy.
Nancy, it's in the business what we call a heart close. You come in day 3 and you tell a personal story, which I crushed, but it also kind of crushed me. I was not expecting that. So yes, thank you for that, Nancy.
This has been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. Thank you.
I appreciate you, Nancy. Still waiting on that shirt. All right, listen, here's what I want to do next. I would love to take some shares from a couple people, but here's what I want to specifically ask you. What are you going to do tomorrow? Thank you, Gretchen. It felt good, to be honest. I don't mean to be honest. I'm just saying, like, it actually felt better. I mean, even though I was kind of a mess in it. What are you going to do Monday, tomorrow? What actions can you take to get started? Same. After you wake up, what actions will you take tomorrow? Don't all run to that. I'm looking for raised hands so that you can share with the group. All right, thank you, Dr. Karen.
Hi, I am going to tomorrow make a full list of the videos that I don't have on my landing pages or links that I don't have in my emails, and then do a plan of what I'm doing for video recording them this week, as well as my 4 social media type posts.
I love that. And because you are invisible, you are going to have my support. So please do not, do anything without my supervision in the next couple of days, okay? Thanks. Erica Hill, what are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm going live. I'm going to go live. I'm going to, because I'm promoting my summit. So I'm going to go live and probably chop up 5 videos from one big video and then put those throughout the week to advertise the event.
I love that. And so just so we're clear, what you can do is take that live and go into Veed. There's a button in Veed that basically says, upload a long video and it will cut it into short clips for you. Okay?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, let me try that.
You should.
Let me try that.
It's super awesome because it might give you 10 or 11 and you only need 5 and that's going to be good enough.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm going to play with that.
What is your VIP upgrade offer? Do you have one?
So it's the Legacy Lounge. We're going to do a networking session. So I'm going to be talking more about how they can structure their business profile so they can get at least $100,000 in business funding.
Great.
And I'm going to put them in break rooms so that they can network. The goal is so that they can network within themselves.
Yeah.
And it's a champagne VIP lounge, so it's going to be real fun.
I love that. I love that. Go get them. All right, Isla, what do you do tomorrow?
So I have a workshop on the 6th of May, and I need the video that's going to go with the landing page that I've already done, and then the kind of ongoing everyday promotional pieces on video and social media, and I can just put all of that together now, completely focused on May 6th.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you. All right, Marsha Green, I'm waiting.
Hey, I'm starting really simple. First off, I have to find a place in my house that I can even film from.
Okay, great.
It's cluttered, so I have to figure something out. And then I'm going to make a list of the first 4 videos that I would like to do.
I love that. So let me give you a little bit of a tip to get started. Yeah, I love the action. For 90% of you, I want you just filming on your laptop. You can just go into Zoom. You don't make it complicated, okay? And what you want to do you happen to have a laptop, Marcia?
I have a laptop.
Okay, great. If you guys have a laptop, what you can do is literally just kind of walk around your house and you're seeing what you see behind you. Now, if you don't have some sort of a standing desk or whatever, you could find a table and you want to stack boxes to get that laptop eye level, right? We want that laptop to be eye level, right? Because if I'm looking down, it can be scary. If I'm looking up at my machine, the psychology is I'm inferior, right? So if we watch a scary movie, you'll notice a lot of times they'll shoot the bad guy or the monster from a low angle. That way it appears they're stronger, they're bigger, they're more powerful, right? Little Hollywood trick. Well done. All right, Melanie.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a question. So if I choose to do it from my main computer that has this picture behind me, because it's, the funky, if you move, it moves.
Yeah.
So is there a way to get away from that?
It's really hard because it's all lighting controlled and it's very hard to do.
Okay.
Look, I don't love a virtual background. I don't love green screens because it complicates the production process. Because not only do you need to light it perfectly, then you have to decide what's going behind you. So it's a whole lot of drama. So if you don't find a place, when in doubt, we want to use whatever we can to our advantage. So you might say, something to the effect of, it's Marcia here, and I wish you were at the lake here with me. I'm just kidding. I wanted to make you a short little video.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
Melanie Albert joining me in Visible. So I know you're going to be taking some action. What are you doing tomorrow?
My action is working on the video scripts for my warm-up ads and figuring out how to get the pixel the way it needs to be so I can start running ads for my next challenge that goes to my 3-day live that goes to my high ticket offer.
Fantastic.
Warm-up ads going.
Fantastic.
With script.
Fantastic. I love it. Donna Kennedy.
Yes, I have a list. Okay, so creating 10 video scripts using your 100-word format, recording them, creating a schedule for going live using those script topics, working on my client's journey for my CRM, which I've kind of been putting off and I need to get that done. So thank you for those steps. Awesome. Yeah. And posting in the Facebook group for feedback and supporting so many amazing people here.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, get on it. All right, Barbara, besides, getting some rest, what are you doing tomorrow?
Well, first of all, I want to say, Donna, if you do all of that, you're not going to sleep, eat, or go to the bathroom. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do the 6 videos that I need to complete my new website.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Thank you for those shares. Wonderful. Listen, I know for all those people that were, confident and brave enough to come forward and say, here's what I'm doing, they're going to take action on that. My concern is for some of those people that I've not heard from, that you are going to leave here after these 3 days having gotten some great information, listen to some pretty good music, learn from a pretty good guy, and do nothing. Don't let that happen, all right? If you still have questions about Visible, if you are sitting there going, oh, I should have been in that welcome celebration, it's not too late. All right? What I don't want you to do is leave here with what's called an SAQ, a should have asked question. A should have asked question. All right? So I'm going to say thank you for everyone who showed up. I mean, so thankful and grateful for all of you, the participation, your willingness to be stretched. I've always had an eye on my numbers. I had 149 people register for this event, and I consistently had 60 to 70 people on the line. Pretty dang good. The lesson there is you gotta do a lot of follow-up to get people to show up, right? And then when you call everybody on a Sunday afternoon pretending to be the Easter Bunny, some of them still don't. So I'm thankful, and yes, thank you to all of you for coming and playing full out and all of that kind of good stuff. We're going to say goodbye, good night. If you want to talk to me about Visible, please go to the dashboard. I'm gonna be in there in just a few minutes. All right, if you wanna hang out, I know Carson is gonna pick a song that maybe we haven't heard. I'm so obsessive. I literally, first thing I did when I got to the office after I worked out, because you know, I had to add songs to the playlist because I'm like, oh, they should be hearing this song too. All right, the Vipers will get the replays probably in about a week to 10 days. I want to make sure that I'm tightening up the edits, right? So I'm going to do that before, and I want to make sure that you have access and easy access to them, right? Easy access to them, all right? So thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, farewell, and I'm looking forward to working with a lot of you. And again, I'm going to be in that lobby if you want to join me there and ask a few questions, all right? Thanks again, everybody.